Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. This is too funny. No one is on this webinar. We sent out an invitation. I don't remember what day it was, someday this week. Today's Friday, December 20. No, what is today? Oh, yeah, it's the 21st. So hopefully everybody's on holiday or getting ready to go on holiday. But I'm going to go ahead and record this and post it to send your way just because it's a good way for us to have kind of a record of what's been going on. So I just wanted to share with you a few things. That we had a great webinar on November 30th. So for those of you who aren't remembering, I posted a new webinar schedule in the blog in the middle of November just to remind everybody that we were going to start connecting on a regular basis. So we're having these webinars every 3 weeks on Fridays at 2 o'clock. And so I posted the schedule, so I'm determined to keep to that schedule. So you can count on this. At our next webinar, I'll be pestering all of you guys one by one to make sure that you're signed up. But until then, let me just share with you what's been going on. The webinar recap. The webinar recap on the 30th included XR Libraries demonstrating the new Springboard platform, which essentially is a new way that we're all going to be able to access content without having to go to 3 different places to get content and all of those kinds of things. Moving forward, that's going to be where when the state license content for all of us to continue to use, that's where you'll be able to find it. So there are detailed instructions about how to get it installed. Solomon at XR Libraries has graciously offered to walk anybody through this one at a time, just to make sure you guys are all up and running. So go to the webinar link on the State Library website where all of our stuff is, and then you can see that webinar is archived there if you haven't looked at it yet. But you'll definitely want to make sure that you have it all uploaded in your systems. The second thing that's been going on is on last Thursday, we had it was an impromptu opportunity in Northern Nevada. Long story short, the folks from XR Libraries are helping the State Library put together a 360 video of the State Library itself and kind of a mashup with some of the collateral that we already have about the State Library, and then renderings that we have in a new and improved version of the State Library. So Alejandro and John are helping with that, and so they were coming over here anyway. And then we decided to make a 360 video instructional workshop available. And so I put that out to the Northern Nevada libraries, anybody that was going to be within a few hours drive from here, thinking that they might be able to make it. It was only 2 weeks notice. Initially, we had about 7 people that thought they could make it, and then it dwindled down to 3, but we went ahead with 3. And so we had folks from Carson, from Humboldt, and from Fallon, Churchill County Library, High School Library. And it was a great training. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But Alejandro did a great job. The people that were involved made videos. So it was a 6-hour workshop, and they came out on the other side with a completed product. And we will do a 360 video training again up here and also down south. So it won't be the last time that we get an opportunity to learn how to make this. Then also on that same day, on that same Thursday, Washoe County Library System had an in-house in-service. So none of them were able to make it to the 360 training, but they invited XR Libraries and Lifelike to come up there and participate in that in-service. And that was a really great opportunity to have both John McLeod and Mark Anderson talking about, how things are going and answering questions and stuff. It was very successful, and I have some pictures to show you in a minute. The other thing that happened on Thursday is we had a visit from the executive director of Nevada Industry Excellence, which is an allied partner with the College of Business and much of the innovation work that's coming out of the University of Nevada. The Nevada Industry Excellence, their mission really is to support manufacturing throughout the state. And so the gentleman who is the executive director of that came by the library and got into virtual reality here, and I want to show you a video of how that went. It's only a couple minutes. Actually, it's just a little over 1 minute. So here we go. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. This is freezing. Let me get out of this. Well, you can hear it. Doggone it. Sorry. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing this. Well, I don't know if you guys were able to see that, but you can see that the link to that is on the website, so I recommend that you check it out. Long story short, Mark Anderson from Nevada Industry Excellence was in Carson City visiting folks with the Carson City Career Technology Education Program, and then he came by here and had an extra CTE experience in virtual reality with Mark Anderson from Lifelike, who took the other Mark Anderson into the International Space Station. So it was all really amazing. And the point of it is that we are continuing to raise awareness among our workforce development and workforce training partners that the library is also a big part of this ecosystem. I know we know that, but helping to help others know that and what valuable partners we are, that's kind of our end game, isn't it? So that was all on Thursday. And then on Friday of last week, we went to the Churchill County High School Library and met with Holly McPherson. And Holly had an incredible experience in her library with a special needs student. I'm trying to move the slide. There we go. She sent me a text message at the end of November. You can see what it says right here. So the young person on the far right, his name is Logan, and he is a special needs student, and the speech pathologist told Holly that he went, after having gone into virtual reality, that he demonstrated more progress than he had had all year long. So naturally, we were really excited about that. And at the end of the day, when Holly sent this to me is when all of these pieces were coming together to have XR Libraries and Lifelike, Mark and John and Alejandro, come over here for this videoing and training and all that other stuff. So the planets aligned, and Holly was able to get Logan, his parents, the principal, the speech pathologist all together, and we went and visited them Friday morning at Holly's library. It was an incredible experience. We met Logan. We had the great privilege of meeting Logan and his parents. We saw Logan improve. Logan he's on the autism spectrum, and he struggles with it's called echolalia. So he repeats whatever someone says to him. So if you were to say, "Hello, Logan," he would say, "Hello, Logan." If you say, "I like your shirt, Logan," he might say, "I like your shirt, Logan." So the speech pathologist let Holly know, as I said, that he had improved so much by being in virtual reality. So when he was there last week, and we were all there, he did he did echo before he went into virtual reality, and then he put the headset on, and the speech pathologist began chatting with him, and he was answering questions. He was spot on with what he was seeing, what he was observing. And then we were able to talk to his parents and the speech pathologist directly. Mark Anderson had extended conversations with both of those folks, and Holly talked with John and myself a lot. I also spoke with the Churchill County high school principal, and obviously everyone is just really encouraged by this progress. And Mark Anderson invited the parents to go into virtual reality as well. And so imagine how, and they were blown away. And then imagine how exciting that probably was that evening when the whole family could talk about a shared experience and the connections that were happening. So that was just a really inspiring story. You see in the picture on the left, John McLeod is actually taking over Holly's desk in the school library. They were setting up software because John brought Holly a 360 camera because she had just taken the class. And so she was going to work to create some content that the speech pathologist and the parents said might be helpful for Logan. And what that is that, excuse me, Logan, his parents are worried about Logan being able to cross the street safely. And so Holly is going to film some 360 video of how it all works. And hopefully this will give Logan an opportunity to concentrate on what those rules of the road are, and he'll improve in his safety and ability to cross the street. So that is a small but huge thing. And so everybody will keep everyone posted on how all of this unfolds. But the serendipity of it all is really kind of amazing. And actually, I'm going to go back to this slide. So here I am talking about, the things that went on at the high school that day. And then after we went to the high school, we stopped in on Carol Lloyd at the public library in Fallon. And only to learn, and this was all coincidence, but Carol Lloyd had been recently contacted by the Churchill County School District and invited the library to come and present at a school board meeting about some of the things that are going on in the library. So imagine all this serendipity that is happening when Carol Lloyd is going to be able to talk about the virtual reality resources that are at the library, and how she probably already has, knowing Carol, reached out to Logan and his family to make sure that they have a library card and they know that they can come to the public library during Christmas break, so Logan and the family can continue to enjoy that experience. I mean, it's just so exciting, and just amazing connections with all of this benefiting Logan. So I have some fun pictures to show you from that. You can see on the lower left, Alejandro on the far right, and then John, and then Carol's in the middle, and then Mark Anderson is on the other end, and he's looking up. Everybody's looking at Carol's awesome system because she has the headset cord tethered to the ceiling so people don't trip over it. So they were impressed with her ingenuity. And then in the opposite corner of that, Carol, one of the reasons why she's so tickled in some of her pictures is because at the library, they're hosting a New Year's Eve party, and you can, I know I'm doing it anyway. Yeah. Anybody could go to the event, and it's benefiting the virtual reality program at the Churchill County Library. So in that upper right-hand corner, both Mark Anderson and John McLeod are purchasing a ticket for Carol to then be able to donate to someone for the event. So that was just wonderful serendipity. And then also, earlier that morning on Thursday, while the 360 video instruction was going on, myself and John and Mark went to the Washoe County Library System's day-long in-service. And so we were a part of that, a part of their makerspace things, and Mark and John were able to demonstrate VR and answer questions. And so you kind of see that going on here. John, up in the upper left-hand corner, John is talking to some librarians, and then also down in the right-hand corner, Mark has got Joy from the Washoe County system in VR. So all in all, it was just packed and really, really exciting. And oh, actually, the other thing that happened that day too is after we finished up with in Churchill County and everything and stuff, then we went to Reno and we connected with the Luca and Michelle, who you guys remember from our August workshop from At Reality at UNR, and to go into their, they have an experience that they're building out that has petroglyphs and that are actually in Fallon. So they have been creating digital representations of these petroglyphs, and then also they're working with the Paiute tribe and are creating virtual representations of a basket collection that only about 10% of this huge basket collection is ever on display and available for people to see. So all in all, that virtual museum that they have going on, we are going to be able, Lifelike, Mark Anderson, the generosity of Mark, has invited them to put this on their platform so that when we move forward during Ledge Day and everything, we'll be able to show our policymakers how we're advancing and driving education and having incredible learning outcomes, but also how we are also preserving our story, and through these really powerful examples. So it is just so exciting. And then the last thing I wanted to just remind everybody of is our library's Equal Education, program, where everybody is going to either start again in, I think, is it February, and then start again in April. Holly McPherson actually has already completed hers, and she's had a really kind of old school, but it works just fine way to keep those statistics. The libraries that Equal Education survey for the teachers and or librarians, as well as the survey that's for the user, for the patron who's into it. It is a longer survey than, it takes a little bit longer to actually fill out. So those documents are on our website, so you'll need those when you're deploying your library's Equal Education program. But what Holly ended up doing was printing copies of these things out and then asking the teacher to deploy it in the classroom, give students, enough time, a half an hour, so that they can provide thoughtful answers. Same thing with the teachers, so that they can provide thoughtful answers. And then Holly is literally having the teachers give her back those copies, and then she is mailing to me. And so then it's going to be my problem to enter all the data and keep track of it and everything. So for anybody who wants to do that, that is absolutely an option, and it really at this point might be kind of the best way to do it. So anyway, there's that. Because that kind of goes into the next bullet point, we all absolutely have to keep on our statistics, because we need to be able to show these outcomes in our engagement as we go into the 2019 legislative session, and we talk about the return on investment of this wonderful emerging technology pilot program. And the last thing I will just say before wishing everybody Merry Christmas is that we have 5 new members of our pilot. This has all kind of happened accidentally and through the generosity of XR Libraries and Lifelike. Each one of our initial 11 pilots, it was $2,000 for each to join, and then after that, I didn't have any more, SB 549 money. So, but there have been libraries who have wanted to join. So they have procured resources, $2,000 per, from their friends groups or their foundations, and they have joined. So now we have West Las Vegas, And remember, we got the Las Vegas Best Buy Teen Tech Center. So now we have two from the Las Vegas Clark County Library District. So West Las Vegas is joining us. We have North Las Vegas. The planetarium in Reno, UNR's planetarium, is joining us. And we also have Lyon County. And so it's no problem for them to jump in on our cohort. The library's equal education program, it's still, going to be going down in 2019. So there's absolutely room for everyone. And I expect this is just going to continue on this path. But I was so excited that all those folks wanted to join. And so welcome to everybody. And Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for all your hard work. I think this is so funny that no one is actually on this call. So anyway, but now we have it for the record. So anyway, that's it. And I will see everybody. We'll see you next year. So Happy New Year as well. It's going to be great. Okay. Bye-bye. Let me figure out how I can stop recording.